Good morning and welcome to the video for Monday, July the 13th. This is going to be a video for our upcoming fourth graders. So as you notice, probably the background looks a little bit different. I am in the new apartment. I've got things set up so that I can go ahead and do my recordings and so forth. So I will probably be looking in this direction a little bit more because it's more convenient for me to see things with the way that I have my laptop set up. So I will try to look over at the camera part at some points. Last year, we were working with fractions, and so we're going to continue working with that. We're going to talk about how to add and subtract fractions today. There will be a follow-up video on Thursday that talks about how to do multiplication and division. And so one of the things that we talk about in fourth grade for adding fractions are different ways that we can group them together. So one of the things that we might say that we're doing is something that looks like this. And so to get a whole that would be 4/4, we would do 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. We might also do 1/4 plus 2/4 plus 1/4. So one of the things that they might ask us to do is to find a way that we could come up with two fractions that we can add together that would give us 4/4. So this would be an example of that. If we were to use this, again, using the model, we can see that our total should be 3/4, which would be the answer to 1 plus 2 across the top. When we are adding or subtracting fractions, we are not going to change or try to add or subtract the bottom number. It's always going to be the top number after we've made both fractions have the same denominator. So 1 plus 2 would give us 3 for the top. So 3/4 would be our answer for this. If I were to do 5/8 minus 3/8, then I would end up with 2/8 left over. A picture that we could do that would represent that, let's say that I make something that looks like this. Then I'm going to cut it in half, then cut it into fourths, and then cut each of those parts to make 8 equal parts. So let's say that I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so what they might do is something like this. I'm going to take away 3 of these parts. So what they would do is, they would do this in black, but they would kind of draw an X or something through here to show that we are taking this part away. And so we start by counting 5 parts. We are going to take 3 of those parts away. That would leave us with our answer, which would be 2/8. Sometimes they're going to also ask us to change the answer to make it a smallest possible fraction using the smallest denominator possible. So 2/8 would end up being 1/4. That's going to be a part that we talk about when we work with multiplication and division, how to reduce fractions. So again, 1 plus 2, we're going to get the exact same thing, just without the handy dandy little picture up here to model things for us. So one of the things that we want to keep in mind when we are doing this kind of thing is making sure that we're just working with the top number. We're going to have different rules for multiplication and division, but I am going to save those specifically for a video that is going to come out on Thursday. So that covers everything that I want to talk about for today, just to introduce this particular concept. And then we'll talk about some of the other rules that we'll be following in that same chapter in the book on Thursday. So hope your summer's going well, hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.